Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Khurram Gill. Now in this video I'm going to explain to you in detail, if you're coming to Morocco, what things you should do and what things you should stay away from. First thing first, this video is sponsored by X-Ride. X-Ride is the best airport transfer taxi app in the UK. Wherever you are in the UK, if you're traveling to the airport, whether it's Heathrow Airport, Gatwick, Stansted, Luton, Manchester, Birmingham, any airport in the UK, you can book with them. They got fixed prices. It's not like other companies I'm using X-Ride for many years, and I recommend you guys to use X-Ride too. Now, if you're planning to travel to Morocco, you need to plan ahead and figure out that in which weather you want to go. Now, if you're planning to go in summer, right now I'm in Marrakech. It's July. The temperature right now is roughly around 46 as of now, and is averaging around between 43 to 46 on daily basis in Marrakech. The temperature is above the comfortable level here. So you need to make sure that you make your mind that can you travel and can you manage in this temperature. Now, if you're coming in winter or summer, there are 5 or 6 activities I recommend to you that you must do if you're coming to Morocco. If you're landing in Marrakech and you're staying the first 2-3 nights in Marrakech, I'd suggest you that you do the Mozoga trip. I've shared the link in the description. You do the Mozoga trip. It's a 3-day trip. You're going to spend 2 days on the journey. It's roughly around 600 kilometers from Marrakech to Mozoga. Mozoga is a small town, or they call it Kasbah here. And from Mozoga, the desert starts, Sahara Desert. The sand dunes are there. And from Mozoga, they will take you on camels. It's like an hour and a half camel ride to the tents where they set up everything in the middle of a desert, in Sahara Desert. So I recommend you that you do that trip if you have enough time. The second activity I'd suggest you do, if you haven't done this before, is try to book a quad bike. But if you are on a Mozoga trip, you will have a chance to get onto a quad bike. And one of my best quad bike experience was in Mozoga, in the sand dunes. The quad bike was powerful. You're in the sand dunes, going up the dunes and coming down with the full throttle. It was amazing. Video link is in the description. Make sure you check the video out. If you don't have enough time, then you can go for a half-day tour. It's in Atlas Mountains. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour journey from Marrakech. And I was booking on Viator, but there is other websites, other apps you can use to book the activities. First, we had that 6 hours activity and we enjoyed a lot. They have a swimming pool. We did a camel ride for half an hour there. We shared quad bike. Myself and Benin was on quad bike. It was an amazing trip, but the weather was really hot. It was around 42, 43 on our first day. And imagine coming from London where the weather was around in 20s and it was raining, and all of a sudden when the plane gates open and we felt like, we're walking into a baking oven in a sauna. That's the second activity I would advise you to do. Now, apart from that, in Marrakech, you have a big square, a lot of people there, a lot of tourists are there, a lot of, attractive shops and shopping malls and places to eat and restaurants, and everything is there. Better to come to visit the place in the evening because it's buzzing. All afternoon, all evening until late night is buzzing. It's expensive. You have to pay a tourist rate. People are going to chase you for money. They're going to try ripping you off, getting money out of you, in any way. Even if you take a picture with someone and he's going to ask you for 100 dirhams to take a picture with him. So be prepared that you need to bring your bargaining skills here. I would suggest not to buy anything from the square apart from food. You're going to a restaurant. Things are really expensive. If you go outside the square, the prices will be the half of what you're paying in the square. So if you want to buy something, any souvenirs or any clothes, I'd suggest you go outside the square and try to buy the stuff from outside, but it's up to you. If you want to buy from the square, that's down to you. Some people think that Morocco is based on tourist economy, and as tourists, we should contribute towards the economy. That's if you're coming to Marrakech. Now, if you're planning to travel from Marrakech and then to Agadir. Now, there are 2 ways of traveling. There is no train goes from Marrakech to Agadir. You have to either book a private taxi or you have to take a coach. We took a coach, and you must have seen my other videos that we had a bad experience. We booked online, and it was the Sharaf bus who was providing the coach. We paid everything. Everything was sorted. The pickup time in the morning was at 10 a.m. Now, we got to the bus station half an hour early. Bus station is not organized. You'll go to the help counter, you go to the ticket office, they're not going to help you. They hardly can even speak English. If you can speak French and Arabic, then that will help you. If you're English and you're going to go to the ticket office or go to the bus station, it will be a disaster. There will be no one to help you. Then, even if you're lucky to find the right terminal and you go to the bus, the coach gonna come late. It's not gonna leave on the time it says on the website or on your ticket. It's gonna be half an hour, 45 minutes late. Now, if you manage to get to the coach and you get to the right coach, and even if it's late on the way, the website will tell you 3 hours to 3.5 hours journey. But it's going to be 4 to 5 hours journey if you're going with Sharaf or similar kind of buses. I am not talking about CTM. I'm not talking about Supra Tours. I did not travel with them. I've been recommended to go with CTM as their luxury bus, but to be honest, when I've seen the coach from inside, the seats were same, the legroom was the same. Maybe they're strict with the timings and they go on time. Now, the Sharaf bus or similar kind of buses, by the way, they all leave from the same terminal, whether it's CTM or other coaches, they all leave from the same terminal from Agadir. When it comes to Marrakech, they have different terminals, completely different bus stations. The bus was late by 45 minutes. The legroom was not enough. When these coaches go up the hill, they switch off the aircon. Aircon was not working, engine was overheated. We did most of the journey without the aircon, and they opened the vents from the roof, and I even showed it in the video, so please make sure and check that video also. We have activities booked. We were late by 2.5 hours. We missed our 2 activities which were planned for that day, which we paid for, and we couldn't go. That's purely because of the coach. So if you have anything planned on that day, please make sure keep enough time in between for the journey so that you can make for your activity. Otherwise, I suggest keep it as a off day and don't book anything on that day. But if you're traveling with CTM, I would recommend to travel with CTM. I've been told I've made a mistake. You can travel with CTM or with Supra Tours. I hope that they strictly follow their schedules and they get you on time. In Agadir, the coach station is quite far from the beach and from the hotels. You have to take a cab. Cab going to take about 20-25 minutes depending on the traffic. So again, if you have anything booked on that day, make sure you give ample time. On the way back, we just arrived back to Marrakech. We have a flight tomorrow to London. On the way back, the Agadir bus station is organized. It was easy to find a terminal. It's not a big bus station. We found the bus very easily. The bus was late by 20 minutes. And the activity we planned today, we give like 4 or 5 hours in between to make sure that we don't miss this time. The bus was full when it came to Agadir. We thought it's going to be an empty bus. The bus was full with only 4 seats were available, and we were like 15 passengers waiting on the platform. We got into the coach. We managed to get the seats right at the back on top of the engine. So as soon as the bus started driving, the engine was overheated, and it was like we were sitting on the top of a frying pan. Aircon was not working, and as soon as they started going up the hill, they switched off the aircon. There was no brakes on the way back to Marrakech. They did not stop even for a 15-minute break, for a toilet break. They came straight to Marrakech. Yes, on the way back, it took us 3 hours, 40 minutes roughly, but we were baked in the coach. So be prepared if you're going with these coaches. We have to suffer from the heat, from the AC, from the aircon issues, and from the seating. The seatings were the seats we were sitting on. The bottom bit was sliding. We were traveling with a nice couple from Manchester, and the guy just moved, and the whole bit from the bottom just came out. So that's how worse the seats are. So I recommend traveling with CTM or with Supra Tours. In Agadir, There's a lot of activities. The weather is going to be 10 to 15 degrees less than Marrakech. So if you are in Agadir, you can do quad biking, you can do jet skiing. Jet skiing is one of the best things to do in Agadir. Beach is a bit salty, the water is a bit salty at the beach, but I loved it. You go to the beach, I'll say spend one whole day there at the beach. Although I stayed more in Marrakech and did more activities in Agadir, but I enjoyed in Agadir, and that's purely because of the weather. Agadir is quiet and spacious, and not a lot of people there, and the weather is great. I suggest you go and try the cable car in Agadir. It's actually the only cable car in Morocco. It's quite high and quite long. I enjoyed it. There's a complete video I recorded on cable car. The link is in description. Make sure you go and watch it. You explain in detail about the timings and the prices, so make sure you go and check the video out. Now let's come back to Marrakech for a second. In Marrakech, there's another activity which you can do is the food tour. Now, if you're a foodie and you like food and you know want to try different delicacies, I suggest you do go and do one of the food tours. I believe the food tour company I went with, I booked through Viator. I'll leave the link in description. You can go with them. The guide was really nice. He explained everything in detail and the history of the foods. An advantage of booking a food tour is that they will take you into the inside streets, the hidden streets, and they will take you to places where local eat. We tasted a lot of local delicacies, and I recorded a complete video. Again, the link in description. It was an amazing food tour, and make sure you go check it out. I went for 7 nights, so we spent 3 nights in Marrakech, 2 nights on the Mazoga trip, and 2 nights at Agadir. And my highlight of the whole tour was Agadir. Agadir is one of the best places to visit. It's not famous. It's not as famous as Marrakech or Casablanca, but I recommend you that you should go and visit Agadir. You must have noticed that my location has changed. Actually recording in Marrakech, and we're running late for a food tour. So I had to go. We just came back to London. The first thing I did is to come on the camera and talk to you guys and explain to you how our tour was and what we have done, what we have liked. So please make sure to go and check all of our videos. This tour is full of enjoyment, full of events, full of activities, and you're going to enjoy it. I have mentioned all the links of the video in the description, but you can go to my channel. You can see all Morocco videos. It takes a lot of time to create content. So guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.